Hello class, welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to the home of everything Barcelona, where we are going to be discussing on manager Xavi's pre-match press conference ahead of the Villarreal clash tomorrow in La Liga. Of course, Xavi had a lot to say in today's press conference. He spoke about Busquets, he talks Garcia and Fati, the young, January window ahead of the Barca vs Villarreal clash tomorrow. Then to conclude this episode, talking on some transfer news, claiming that Barcelona intends on signing a midfielder in January, Premier League trio on the agenda. So guys, before we get right into the story in much detail, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Give the video a like and please watch the video right up to the very end. Barcelona will step out at Spotify Camp Nou on Thursday night with a point to prove when they face Villarreal in La Liga. Barcelona have failed to win their last two games, losing to Real Madrid in their last encounter. It has led to an immense amount of pressure on Xavi Hernandez and his troops, which they will be keen on alleviating with a victory against the Yellow Submarines. The Clásico defeat also meant that Barca are now 3 points behind Real Madrid in the table and could see the gap widen to 6. Before their game on Thursday. So it will be imperative that they bounce back strongly and pick up a win. On the eve of the match, manager Xavi Hernandez spoke to the media, during which he shed light on the atmosphere within the squad, as well as providing an update on the injury situation of players. On the Villarreal clash, he said, "We expect a difficult opponent. We admire them. They can defend with several players and they can press players. Unai Emery is a great coach and they only conceded 3 goals and they are a physical team." On how Barcelona can change the situation, Xavi said, "We win and get the 3 points, that's it." On Busquets being criticized, he said, "When we lose, everyone gets criticized. Busquets is still an important player for us. He is a captain and he always helps us. Busquets and all the captains, we have a great dressing room." On Barcelona's style being questioned, he said, "We played with our idea. We did it against Inter and Real Madrid. We tried to be protagonists, to attack, to shoot more than our rivals, to have the defensive line in a high position. We try to work for the results to come out. We are very clear on the idea and I see my players comfortable with it." On not taking enough shots from distance, he said, "There are opponents who defend very well. Madrid was very comfortable and didn't leave us the space. We had opportunities to get better results, but Madrid defend very well. The goal came from outside but by Ansu, a very good play by him, but we weren't as comfortable as usual. There is always an opponent that always makes things difficult for you. It cost us and we didn't attack as we normally do." On Gavi's Copa Trophy triumph being questioned, he said, "For me, the award is much more than deserved. I take this opportunity to congratulate Alexia Putellas and Robert Lewandowski. These awards mean that Barca is more alive than ever. It's exciting to see our players win individual awards. Now the collective ones are missing." On Eric Garcia, he said, "We highly value all the players, but especially Eric. There are always mistakes and our central defenders are very exposed. But for me, Eric is a guarantee, He is very professional, he trains very well. We all have to improve, but I value Eric a lot." On the reason for the team's current situation, Xavi said, "We started the season well, but now we are not as good as before. We have to go step by step. Despite losing at the Bernabeu, we are 3 points behind the leaders. We cannot stop. The season is still very long. We have to improve. That's the path to success. Success and failure are separated, but by a fine line." On whether the objectives of the season have changed, he said, "We have to fight for the titles. I keep thinking about it. We have a squad to win titles." On the referees' controversies, he said, "I complained a lot on the day against Inter Milan and it didn't give me anything. I always try to think that the referees are honest and try to do their job better. I have nothing more to say. At the end of the season, everyone is more or less equal. Let's see if it balances." On the summer transfer business, he said, "We have reinforced ourselves very well. We have had important casualties and we have noticed, but our squad is very good. The goal is to win titles. We must not hide or change the discourse despite drawing against Inter and losing against Real Madrid. On the problems plaguing the team, he said, there are team structural errors, defensive line. We have to adjust several tactical things to attack and defend better. We try to detect the issues in which we must improve and of course pass them on the players. On whether Barca got their plans wrong by selling Pjanic but wanting to a new pivot in January, he said, there has been good planning, things have been done well, there is a market in the winter and Barca must work on it, but it is not the issue that concerns us now. We want to win against Villarreal to reverse the dynamic. On whether a turnaround is possible, he said, I am a calm person. I'm restless because I want things to work out and I'm a very cool. Nothing is going to stop me. I'll keep working to change things. It's not easy, but I'll give my all. I'll work so hard to make it clear to players that the goal remains to win titles. On his future at the club, Xavi said, I have to be honest with the club, the players, the environment and the partners. I think we have made a team to achieve success. I think so. I take responsibility and criticism from their work. At Barca, there are no transition years. We are obliged to compete. The club has made an effort. If successes are not achieved, as the president said, there will be consequences. As for me, I don't want to look for excuses. We are all guilty, from the coach to the players. I try to accept this situation naturally. On whether he would understand if the club sack him, he said, I would understand at any time. This is the life of a coach. People on the street encourage me. Positivity, this is football. We have to continue. A defeat at the Bernabeu cannot stop us. If we stay out of the Champions, it will be time to face reality. I'm always positive. On Busquets' contract situation, Xavi said, Busquets' contract expires, yes, but we are still in October. He will decide. I took it as the season progressed. I had a renewal offer but decided to leave. Busey doesn't have a clear replacement. Pjanic and Nico wanted to leave, but now we have options like Frankie de Jong, Kessie, or even the options to use as a defender there. Busquets is still an important player for us. On the objective of the season, he said, I just answer it. This is Barca, and yeah, we have to win. The club have made an effort to try to win titles. You don't have to fool anyone. The objective is the same. On rotations, he said, we will make some changes. There are players who accumulate a lot of fatigue. Yes, there will be changes. We always make 3 or 4 changes between 2 games. On whether Barcelona's problems are mental, he said, I don't think it was a mental thing. We were 2-0 behind and we were close to drawing. We locked Real Madrid in their field. Madrid is a great team, current champions of La Liga and Champions League. We have to continue. Tomorrow we have a new war. I don't think it's a mental case for us. On whether Xavi, the player, would enjoy this team, he said, yes, of course, a lot too. I try to make the players feel comfortable. I tried to follow the same idea as when I was playing football. On the improvement that needs to be made, he said, we can improve a lot of situations. We have to take care of small details like the pressure after loss of possession, the positional attack. On Frankie de Jong's position, he said, I see him more as a midfielder, but he's also comfortable as a pivot. It's a solution. He sees football in the face and I can give us a lot in terms of ball delivery and play construction. On Ansu Fati, he said he's very good. The other day he went very well. He participated in the goal and had chance to equalize. He will participate for sure. He's going to be important. On the performance of the wingers, he said, we will see tomorrow if there is any change. The rivals are giving us a lot of coverage. We have to circulate the ball faster so that the wingers receive equal numbers. On support from the fans, he said, people encourage me on the street. On the team's mentality currently, he said, the team is doing very well. We have trained well. The rest day has been good for us to unwind. We have trained well with rhythm and intensity. We want to change the dynamic. Then on to the final story of discussion. Barcelona's shortcomings in midfield are becoming more obvious with every passing week. With Sergio Busquets being the only pivot, the team is struggling to cope with opposition at very least until January. Xavi will have to rely on veteran services regardless of a dip in form from Busquets. Once the winter transfer window kicks in, Barca are planning to add someone who can give Busquets a run for his money, mainly because Busquets hasn't been on the top of his game these past few matches. The 3-time Champions League winner is getting regular minutes, but that is mainly down to the fact that there is absolutely no one in the team who could occupy the space since Nico Gonzalez is out on loan and a certain Miralem Pjanic was sold to Sharjah FC. Given the problem at hand, Mundo Deportivo says Barcelona are looking to replicate an old recipe that bore great fruit in 2004 when a certain Edgar Davids joined the team on loan from Juventus. This time, however, Barcelona have several alternatives to begin with. Xavi's personal favorite remains Sociedad's Martin Zubimendi, but Zubimendi is a regular starter at Sociedad and he has even extended his contract till 2027. On the other hand, Wolves' Ruben Neves is considered to be a strong option, and while his contract ends in 2024, he wants to leave Premier League side. His agent George Mendes has already offered his client services to Barcelona, and the team is currently evaluating the options. For now, the Portugal international is valued at 40 million euros, but Mendes' interference, of course, could spin things in Barcelona's favor, like a loan in January with a mandatory purchase option. Furthermore, there are other exciting options on the market like Leicester City's Yuri Tielemans and Chelsea's Jorginho and N'Golo Kante, although the latter could be out of contention as he is said to be sidelined for 3 to 4 months due to injury. Tielemans and Jorginho present an interesting case as their respective contracts with Leicester and Chelsea ends in 2023. So in order for their teams to churn something out of nothing, the Premier League clubs might want to sell their stars midway through the season by pocketing a certain amount rather than losing them on free at the end of the season. The dialogue within the Barcelona management is in transit, and by January, one can expect a defensive solution. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time. Bye-bye.